So this video is going to be about midpoint, and as the name suggests, a midpoint is a point in the middle between 2 points. Now, I'm going to show you, this is the midpoint formula that your teacher will probably show you first. And what you're doing with the midpoint formula is you're taking the two x values and dividing by 2, and you're taking the two y values and adding them and dividing by 2. And what you're creating is a new ordered pair that will be an x and a y that is the midpoint. It's the point right in the middle between whatever 2 points you're given. Now, I'm going to show you another way to do it. You could use this formula. In order to do that, you need to figure out which one is x1 and which one is y1. A point is made of an x and a y, so you would just plug those in for x1 and y1, x2 and y2, and then plug them into this formula, work them out until you get a midpoint. Another way that you can do it is you can actually stack your points. So you have xy, that's your first point, and xy, that's your second point. All you're really doing here is you're adding the points together and then dividing by 2. You're taking an average. And when you're done, you will have a point that is in the middle, be an x and a y, that's in the middle between those 2 points. All right, I'm actually going to demonstrate this with these 2 points that are down here. So if I have -5, 6, and 3, 2. These are my 2 ordered pairs. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to add them together, because that's what you're doing right over here. You are adding the y's and adding the x's. So I'm going to do that here. I just have the x's on top of each other and the y's on top of each other. So when I add the x's, -5 plus 3 is -2, and 6 plus 2 is 8. All right, so what did we do in the midpoint formula? Well, we added the things together and then we divided by 2. So let's do that over here. So we divide by 2. -2 divided by 2 is -1, and 8 divided by 2 is 4. This is our midpoint. Now, just to be safe, I'm going to graph it on here. Because if the point that I get is up here, that's probably not the midpoint. The midpoint needs to be in the middle between the 2 points that you're given and on the line that connects those 2 points. All right, so let me get that point out of there. All right, the point -1, 4. -1 up 1, 2, 3, 4 is right here. Okay, does that point appear to be right in the middle between these 2 points? Well, I would say yes, but let's draw a line between these 2 points. Okay, it's on the line, and if I make the point a little bit bigger, it looks like it's right in the middle. And so a midpoint is the point that's in the middle between 2 points. So I know that this piece is equal to this piece. And you have a couple different ways that you can do it. You can find the midpoint using this midpoint formula, or you can find the midpoint by lining your points up, adding them, and dividing by 2.